I see a lot of mistake with your hands, with timing, with coming back, right? Either pulling, having that pulling match because your horse is getting heavy or going by a barrel, and you feel you need to help them by coming here and stopping that motion rather than just guiding, okay? So when I go into that turn and I lift, push forward, open my hand up and guide around instead of coming back, because if I come back, now he's going to pivot on that front end, probably brace and get heavy, maybe bow out, maybe come up, all these different habits he's going to get because his balance is thrown off. Now I'm going to help you build the confidence that you can stay in your box still and just have this nice little motion. So I forgot to kind of say some tips on your hands of lifting. It's kind of thumbs up, or you can even look at your fingernails, okay? When you guide, you're going to bring your hands straight out. So you're just going to be rolling that hand, okay? So there's your lift, there's your guide. When you're running fast, you're going to be able to just be right here, whoa, lift, push forward kind of with your body to get to that backside, and guide around, okay? That guide is going to allow that outside rein to hit his neck to provide a wall, okay? And what it does is when you bring your hand out, you kind of release this inside rein a little bit. He'll still feel it. I still want you to kind of feel him, but it will allow it to release enough to have a teeny bit of slack where he can bend and come around rather than you pull him back and everything's tight and he knows he still has to go forward, okay? So that allows that for them to keep moving forward rather than you stopping and turning from pulling them and not having that perfect timing of when you need to release them, okay? And it will allow those front feet to keep moving and that hind end to be driving through and around, okay? So when you guide, don't want that hip to swing out, okay? I want this hand to just come straight out and that forward motion to come forward and around with that front end, okay? There's that guide. That's going to be that back side of that turn, okay? So I'll show you in a minute, but look at the difference when I open this rein up, okay, and say I'm obviously, we're going to stay two-handed when we school, but it's the same motion as two hands as one hand when you make your run through. When I guide, you can see that will allow that outside rein to be a wall. This inside rein will have slack for him to be able to balance and come through, but you still can have that pressure give and take on that rein, okay? If I come here, look what happens, okay? There goes his hip, right? And now I got him all bound up and this balance is all off, okay? So that's what this drill is for, is guiding around. You also, some of your horses are going to have a little bit of forward motion with your legs so that they don't have that just swing out as soon as you get to that cone, okay? We aren't going around the cone, that's just the base of your stop. Another thing that I kind of just have added into a little bit, and instead of just rolling up in there and just whoa, okay? I want you to practice on some breakdowns. This is really crucial. I do in all my training that I haven't completely brought into the clinics yet as much, just because it can again be almost a whole nother separate clinic like the lead changes a little bit. But breakdowns are where you can even be loping around. You'll probably see me do a lot of it tomorrow when I'm schooling, but instead of that horse just going up there and having that one stop, okay? Don't necessarily want them just to stop going into that turn. You're practicing on that timing of giving and releasing. So it's just going to be a motion of just, you can do it two hands, but I like to teach people at first because it's that same pressure where they get that release, as we kind of call it a cowboy stop. So you're going to run your hand down the reins and you're just going to lightly bump, bump, bump back to that stop, okay? It can go from a trot to a walk to a stop. Okay, it can go from a trot to a stop. But what this allows you to do when you bring your hand down into a cowboy stop, and some of the younger girls, I'll kind of help them a little bit, is it allows it to have an equal pressure where they learn to really give to you and get soft, and you actually have a lot more strength that way when they do get heavy, When you're here, you have that same pressure on the reins rather than you getting here and all of a sudden your hands aren't working quite right together for that stop, okay? Breakdowns are wonderful for kind of teaching a horse to kind of run out there a little bit, and then you're breaking them down, where they learn that it's not such a big thing also to kind of run out a little bit and collect. Because what we want that horse to do to go into that turn is collect, right? So then when you get there, if you have to bump them a little bit, they're going to know that this little whoa or whoa becomes that breakdown to wait for that turn and come around, rather than you getting into this kind of motion again, okay? So, anyways, we're going to do it at a walk, and then we'll do it and then we'll come back through and do it at a trot. I'll probably be standing over at the first cone, so y'all the next person don't go until I help someone over there and they move to the second cone, and then we can still have people just kind of coming through. So you're going to, again, just concentrate on that nice straight line, okay, and I'm just going to trot through instead of walk so you can kind of see me do the breakdowns. Stay two-handed, slide that hand down, and get that stop. Make him stay, wait, and relax. Don't let him move his hip around. No rush. This is all a relaxation type of drill. We don't want him to think to go fast and rush anything. Okay? Forward and around with your hand. Go to your next one. So you're always going to be turning right, left, the way I set up the cones. I'm never pushing my weight to the inside. Slide my hand down for that stop. When he wants to move out and get anxious, I'm just going to make him wait on me. Okay? Because we don't want him swinging his hip out, like right there. If they get to where they're swinging their hip out, just go right back through and around again. Good. And go to your next cone. So we're going to do this at a trot, and then we're going to do it at a lope too for the horses that are advanced enough to do it, to work on your breakdown. That hand comes straight out. It's like your fist is just going to be straight out. You can back a little if they need to. Straight out and around. So you wanted to leak that shoulder out right there. You might just back up and make them come through and around. So that's another way, if they really get squirrely, you just back up and ask them to come back through. Your breakdown, make them wait, forward and around. So this horse is stronger that direction. So I know that when I go to the left, if he wants to swing out, that's where I can just even back a little bit and then open that hand and come through, okay? So they're just little half turns is what they are.